Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Sorry, no music today. I don't know if you noticed, but my live from yesterday got booted because of the second song that I played. And until I figure out how to get around these copyright issues, because it's no secret, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on here. So until I figure out how to get around these copyright issues, no music, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with boring old me for the moment. But what's up, Don J? Uh, I don't know if Doodlebug and Michelle are still in here. Apparently, the chat like popped up before I even started streaming. I don't even know how that works, but Michelle and Doodlebug were in here. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to go on again tonight because again my my live from last night got taken down, uh, or it got blocked from YouTube because of the copyright thing. So unfortunately, uh, yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the stuff that I talked about yesterday, um, and first off, guys, I'm at 1,000 subs, like 1,030 or something like that, which is fucking cool, man. Uh, yeah, and I was sitting around thinking about how um I was sitting around thinking about, hey, Doodlebug, you're back. Um, I was thinking about how grateful I was for that, and um, the absolute truth is because I noticed something because what I tend to spend a lot of time in other chats in other creators' lives. I've been spending a lot of time in those. Like right just now, like I never thought in a million years I would, but I was hanging out in Molly Go Lightly's chat. Um, yeah, Barnyard Hard. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that. Yeah, I'm extremely upset about that. And that's why I logged on to Molly's chat actually because that's the title of her chat, and I wanted to see. So yeah, so I think it's great that other creators and larger influential creators such as Molly Go Lightly is feeling this is already just as infuriated about Cab Seven being fucked with. So people are becoming a bit more aware about Ben, Cab Seven, and there was people in that chat that seemed to actually really know how to get to the bottom of this, and they seem very passionate about getting to the bottom of it, and it's a very powerful thing when other creators um, when other creators have that kind of influence and have that large of a platform because you're more likely. I mean, you've got a bigger net to fish with. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the bigger your net to throw out there, the chances of catching somebody who can be helpful um, to a situation that you're making everyone aware of, uh, the better the chances of that happening are. So I'm really, really, really happy that this situation got creators like Molly Go Lightly, her attention. Yeah, LB. I didn't even know what the fuck that is. I still don't know what that is. LB. I don't know what Boyd is. Um, Bottom of YouTube. I realize that it stands for, and uh, they don't sound like somebody that you want to get on their bad side at all. And now that they are aware of what's happening with Ben, I think that they are going to start doing something about it. And I'm really excited about that. And that is what makes me love being part of this community when things like that happen. Um, So um, I, uh, I got really really excited when I was in her chat. Or boys on YouTube. Okay, some maybe bottom of YouTube is like somebody trolling and being a dick or something like that. I don't know. Um, Maybe it is boys of YouTube. I don't know. Apparently it is. I don't know. I told you I don't know what the fuck it is, but apparently whatever it is you don't fuck with it. So, so yeah. So there was this dude on there named Tucker, and he sounded like he was all business, man. He had my attention. So I was excited about that. Um, hey Finn. I don't know if it's me making a difference. Doodlebug. I think that I'm just it's I I'm excited to be part of a community where people can, you know, do something creatively. And I mean, it wasn't any different when I was playing music in Miami in the in the late 2000s. It was, you know, and in the early 2000s, that was a community that, you know, the local Miami music scene, although it was not a very strong, powerful music scene that resonated around the country, to us it was something very, very important, and it was something very, very special, and we were very protective of each other, and uh, and and we had a general respect for each other as creative individuals. Um, so, and I think that, and I think that uh, this, I think that this community is very similar to that. It reminds me of that a lot, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So, um, I, yeah. So when I see the more popular creators taking notice of someone being um, harassed the way that such a beautiful soul like Cab Seven is, then you know I get mad. I mean, the the last live that's posted here, um, if you go back and listen to it, I think genuinely, like, listening back on it and thinking about it, I think that was the first time I've ever genuinely been angry on my own channel, um, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I was as angry as I was. I'm ashamed that something that made me that angry is infecting this community the way that it is. But but I'm not ashamed of the way that I behaved. I'm a little ashamed of the way I behaved on on My Life My Stories channel, Science Girls channel, because yeah, I was a little wine drunk. I was very wine drunk actually, and you guys know I don't like to I don't drink very often, and you guys know that I definitely don't like to drink when I'm live, but the idea was to have a nice, fun conversation, just a silly, laid-back conversation, and and then I got a little too overzealous about this stuff that we're talking about here. I was still a little pissed off about what happened with Cab, and and then fucking Gray Hues comes on with his selfish agenda, and it pissed me off. And so I kind of attacked him a little bit, and I'm not I don't regret attacking him so much. I regret doing it on Alicia's channel. I disrespected her channel is the way that I see it. And so I want to go ahead and use my platform here to officially apologize to her for that. Um, but but I mean, the fact is, man, Gray was being a dick. Like I wasn't in the right condition to do what I was trying to do, but I was aware of what I was doing. I was fully aware of what I was doing, and what I was doing was sizing him up and trying to get an idea of where he stood. Um, and I talked about this last night. The problem is, it's not available for um, it's not available for playback. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it again here now. And he was yeah. And that's the thing, Barnyard Hard. Let me talk about that real quick. You're saying Gray is a jerk, a rude jerk. He disrespected himself. Fair enough. But here's the thing: is I don't have a problem with that. I'm the kind of guy that doesn't give a fuck about that. I don't. I think it's funny. I think it's his personality, and I think it's funny. Um, but what bothered me was that he didn't have any respect for the actual community that he benefits from. I couldn't relate to that. To me, I am right now. I started off making a point. I do this a lot, guys. New subscribers, I apologize to you, but I do this a lot where I'll start a point and then I'll start talking about something else and then I'll veer off my point. But the point that I was making before was that um, what gets people to that point, and what gets people to that point, a big, huge, major part of it is how people behave in the chat and how well people get along in the chat. You guys come here not it's very little to listen to me. You guys come here to interact with each other. And you do it in a very respectful and cool way. And you're having fun here. And I think that's I think that's the reason that you come here. At least I know that that's the reason why before, when I was only at 400 subs, I was very happy with my loyal listeners that I had then, and I still have now. Um, I was very, very, very happy with that because everybody seemed to have a really good time here. And now it's grown, and everybody is still having a very, very good time here. So it's because of you that this channel is growing. It's because of the way that you guys get along, and it's because of the way that you guys treat each other, and it's because of how much fun you have interacting with each other in this chat that it grows. And that's how it is in every other chat. Make no mistake. That is exactly why every other live channel works, is because of you, the subscribers, who interact in these chats and have a good time. So you deserve 90% of the credit for that, in my personal opinion. So thank you. Thank you so much. I really, no, yeah, the current congratulations doesn't go to me. It goes to you guys, man. Um, so, so, which brings me back to the other point that I had just veered off of, which was Gray Hues. And I don't think that Gray Hues has any appreciation for his audience. I think that he feels entitled to his audience because he feels like he is doing such great work, and he feels underappreciated, and he feels undervalued, like some unappreciated scholar at what he does. And granted, he's an extremely talented creator. He's an extremely talented and insightful investigator. Well, at least the way that he lays out the facts of the case. But I don't think that he gives a shit. and I was sizing him up to see if he actually did. I wanted to make my own opinion of him. Now, the problem with the way that I did that was I wasn't in a condition to be taken seriously. Um, and that I do regret. And I did that on someone else's channel, on someone else's platform, and that was disrespectful. Um, so again, apologies to Alicia for that. Um, but but I'm not going to apologize to Gray because I mean, all the dude did was bitch and moan about the people trash talking him in the chat. He wasn't. He felt totally like everything was about him. He felt like he was getting tomatoes thrown at him, and he, and he was making it all about him. And all I was trying to do was paint a picture of how situations like the swatting, no matter who it is, whether it's in the true crime community or in the inspirational community, which is where Ben is, how it affects us all. And he didn't seem to give a fuck. So I don't really give a fuck about Gray Hues, to be perfectly honest. I just honestly don't. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that. Um, but anyway, yeah, and some of you may have already heard the reason why Molly is live right now, and the reason why she is talking about Cab Seven Ben is because this poor man was swatted for the fifth time today. Not five times today, but today he was swatted again for the fifth fucking time, and it's getting really fucking old. And uh, I'm not going to let myself get angry about it. I feel like it would be disrespectful to him if I did. Because if you guys would have seen, I don't know who did, but if you guys would have seen this poor man on his live channel, if you would have seen this man on his live channel today, after the fact, I was in Alicia's live in the chat, and I was on the elliptical bike working out before my shift, and I'm there kind of just commenting and listening to what's going on, and then somebody comments, "Glare Cap 7 was just swatted again on his live." Um, and immediately I headed over there, and what I saw when I logged onto his channel, this man had just had the cops show up at his door, ask him questions, doing a wellness check, as they call it. And this beautiful man uh, came back, sat down, and just started singing Christmas carols. Just spiritual Christmas carols. And crying. And crying and talking to himself, saying, "Ben, just keep going. Ben, just keep going. Just keep going." And I want to cry right now. I mean, watching this man do that, and stay so strong, because it's so important to him to set that example of strength through what he considers God. Um, and knowing that he has listeners, and he has subscribers that rely on him to be that message of strength, that and him just staying steadfast with that, instead of saying, "I gotta go, I can't do this." He didn't do that. He sat there and he just forced himself. I mean, this man's soul and mind was absolutely naked in front of everyone. And he sat there and found the strength to just keep doing what the people subscribe to him for. And I was blown away by that. I was blown away by that. So that's why I'm not sitting here getting mad and dropping all these F-bombs like I did on the other live, which I don't take back, by the way. I don't regret that because that's how I felt, and I still feel that way right now. But seeing that him set that example for himself puts me in a position here to where I have to do the same thing. I would be disrespecting what he's trying to do by doing any less. So take note, guys. That's how you fucking glare. That's how you fucking glare. You do it the way Cap 7 does it. What's up, Robbie? Robbie, man. I had such a blast in your chat this morning. I was so fucking sleep drunk. Not alcohol drunk. I hadn't had anything to drink until except for the other night. But I was like, you know how you're just kind of like half asleep, like why the fuck am I awake? Like that place in between like being tired and insomnia. But like you were cool and darling Nikki was cool and my girl Amber was in the chat, and it was just a really cool vibe, man. So I appreciate you being there when I was all fucking beat and tired and I couldn't sleep. So I had a really good time, man. So thanks for going live and having that cool thing going on, man. I had a really good time, dude. And yes, I'm really sorry that you're still having that hard time. And if I won't go too much, but if I could say so here on my channel, I don't think that you're handling this in a bad way at all. I think that I don't think that your actions right now, your recent actions require, in my opinion, I don't believe that they require any justification whatsoever. I think that you have every right to feel the way that you do and the way that you're handling it. And you have my support as a friend. Absolutely. I totally got your back, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, I was really upset about Cap 7 all day. I was really upset about that. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely, LB. I agree. There are really good people like Save Robbie and Cap 7 on here, man. And that's the kind of shit I want to gravitate to here, man. That's the kind of stuff I want to be around. I don't, you know, there's other stuff going on. And then, when there's drama, I just kind of tune out from it a little bit. And then, and I might comment here and there in a little bit, but most of it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other because I don't even know what they're talking about half the time because I'm new here and there's this person, that person, and I'm just like the whole as far as the swatting goes, I'm gonna go as far as Cap 7. He was on Jay's live when she first played the audio of the 911 call. When she finally got the audio for the 911 call of Oni swatting himself, Cap 7 was a guest. That's how I discovered him. I as soon as I saw this man on that channel and I saw his positivity and how nice he was, I was like, holy shit. I was like, who is this guy? Like, I got this warm feeling all over me. Like, this is the nicest guy ever. Like, I was texting Jay like, dude, this is the nicest dude I've ever seen, So I immediately subscribed to his channel, and then I'll wake up and I'll be getting ready to go to the gym and then work out before my shift, and he's like, He's just sitting there and he's humming these little tunes and he's just all nice, dude. This guy's just fucking pure nice. Like, so I fucking love the guy, man. I love the guy. And I really want to see beautiful things happen for him. And this ugly shit that's happening to him really needs to stop. And and I'm telling you, it's pissing people off. And it's pissing the wrong people off. If you're the person doing this, so get your shit together, man, because they're gonna find you. Just like I was saying on my other live, man. There's a whole under network right now working on catching your ass fuck up. So, uh, and I think it's a little too late. So even if you stop, I mean, we're gonna find the calls. Uh, we've got yeah, we've got uh, there was another creator in the chat, in Molly's chat, that is currently working on working with local law enforcement. Because here's the thing: is I think Cab Seven is he's such a pacifist and he's such a man of faith that I don't think I think that to a certain degree he sees it as a form of conflict to go after them in some really odd yet beautiful way. Um, but see, there's a whole network of people here who don't really feel that way, and they don't like to see old men fucked with, and they don't like to see single parents fucked with, and it's about to get ugly for you if you're out there doing this. Like if you were trying to get some negative attention, you got it. You fucking got it. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get nasty. So I'm gonna shift things in a little bit of more of a positive direction. If you guys were live with me last night, you heard me talk about uh, Rodney, this dude I met. I'll retell the story because again, it's not up for replay, so I don't know who got to hear it, who didn't. Um, but this dude is this dude was fascinating. I'll retell this little story, this nice little story, and it's 100% true, by the way. So, 2 weeks ago, I go outside my job to go smoke a cigarette, and I go around the corner, and I smoke a cigarette, and I come back, and this dude is there, and I see him all the time. He's a member, and the guy, the way he dresses, you could almost think it's kind of safe to, well, not, it's not safe to assume, but he looks like a typical, he looks like he could be homeless. Um, I mean, he was somewhat well kept, but not really. I mean, holes in his jeans, but dirty. But he was also, yeah, Rodney, the guy with the bike, right? And so I but he asks me. He says, "Hey, he says, you got a menthol?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I don't smoke menthols, you know." And and I was like, "Honestly, man, I I'd love to give you a cigarette, but I only has now. If anybody asks me for a cigarette, and it's my last one, and I'm not gonna get money for God knows how long, they're getting my cigarette. I'm just gonna give it to them, basically because of the interaction I had with this guy." And so, um, he goes, "Oh man, that's cool." He goes, "Hey, hold on a second, though, man." Right? And then the dude reaches into his pants and he pulls out like a little wad of money, and he pulls out a $5 bill out of that wad of money and hands it to me. And he goes, "Here, man, go get yourself a pack of smokes, dude." And I was like, "What? No." I tried to refuse it, and he was like, "Hey, man, please, take it." And I was like, "Nah, man, and something came over me where I was just like, that's kind of the universe just looking out for me. Like, let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens here. That was kind of my attitude. Um, and so I was like, look, man. I was like, I see you here. You're a member of the club. And as soon as I get paid, man, I'm gonna get you back. And he goes, "Hey, nah, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Yeah, it's more about me. I know I could see that you're willing to give me this money because you wanted to give it to me. I get that, but it's important to me that I give it back to you. And he's like, "Look, man," he's like, he's like, he shakes my hand and he goes, "First time we met, and I joined the club." He was like, "I shook your hand and you looked me in the eyes, and I respect you, man." It's exactly what he said to me. He goes, "I respect you, man." And he smiled. He had this big fucking like Ted, like Keanu Reeves Ted fucking smile. From just pure, just like just nice, pure kindness, pure kindness. And so I was like, all right, like right then, like I was picking up his vibe. I was getting where he was coming from. So, um, the next time I see him is exactly 2 weeks later, and again, it's right before payday, and I'm fucking broke. And I was like, fuck, man. I wanted to. And I was like, listen, man, we got to meet up. I you know, I'm gonna get, but I'm dying to know a little bit more about you. We gotta like sit down, get something to eat and talk, man. And he's like, yeah, that sounds cool. And so um, I end up we end up making plans for last night for Tuesday. And we never actually established where we were going to meet. I just assumed he was going to come to the club, and I waited for him, and then I changed into my workout gear, and then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna work out like I do on my break. It's fine. And then he shows up just as I changed into my workout gear, and it's fucking snowing and shit. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I'm not going to McDonald's in my fucking workout clothes or whatever. And um, I end up he's like, yeah, he's like, we'll just figure something out. He's like, if you want, just give me the $5 back tomorrow and it'll be fine. So today, of course, I went to Walmart and I got a couple things to eat. And then I got cash back because I never carry cash on me. I just always use my card because my job pays through direct deposit. And and my paycheck fucking sucked this time because we were closed on Thanksgiving, so that cost me an entire day's worth of work. So that's an entire day's worth of pay right there. And so I'm like, uh, but I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. I was like, all I could think about was like just making sure I get this guy at least that $5 back. And he comes into the club tonight, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And he came in just at the right time too. He came in just as I was about to start my workout, and I went and I made change, and I uh, and I gave him his $5, and uh, and then I went and I did my workout, and it was a great workout. And then I come down, and he's sitting in the lobby, just kind of watching TV in the lobby there, and I just saw the opportunity, and I just kind of sat down next to him, and I'm sitting here talking to this dude. Um, I'm sitting here talking to this dude, and he's like, and I have to know more about this guy. I had to know more about this dude, and I was like, so I was just asking him questions like, so what do you do, And he's telling me what he does is he works for a little company that like a little private company where they like build fire pits and like patio stuff, for nice houses and shit like that. And and I was like, okay, and I was like, well, where do you live, And this fucking dude, this guy, he's like, oh well, I built a cabin, and I was like, what? And this fucking this fucking dude, this fucking dude, like he tells me he built a cabin and is like right on county property, and they let him do it. He's like, they let me do it because it's in the flooding area where it can flood. He's like, but I just put it on stilts, whatever. But you know, and he's telling me that it doesn't have any electricity, and it doesn't have any plumbing or water. But it's a safe place to sleep, and he can keep his shit locked up in there when he goes to work. And this guy, so just imagine this guy. So if you guys remember me talking to you yesterday, his bicycle, he's got a bicycle. It's not even like a good bicycle. Like it's like a Trek or something, right? He's got a bicycle, and he's got this long like trailer thing behind it. Like a steel like trailer thing on a hitch behind the bicycle. And it's got a little motor on the bicycle to give him some extra power. Um and he he has this so I'm imagining this guy after working a full on like labor job. This guy is collecting materials and taking his paycheck money and collecting materials and hauling it on this bicycle to to build his cabin. So this guy gets off of work and he works on his cabin and build his cabin. And apparently his cabin is built to where it is. He's told me it's like 16 by 8. So it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny, but it's all he needs. And I'm hearing him talking. I'm like, yeah, it's all you need, He's like smiling, like, yeah, dude, like he's so into it. And fuck yeah, he's into it. Like, of course he's into it. Like, I would be so proud of that. This guy, basically, his story is he says he left Jacksonville. He was supposed to move here with a girl, and things didn't work out with the girl. And so, and he's a really good looking guy too. Um, and things didn't work out. He's 10 years younger than me. He's 34. And he's and he's just super super kind. And he he's just like, yeah, he's like, I looked into financial management. I started kind of studying that a little bit, and I started realizing the things that I need and the things that I don't. And he's like, you know, since I built this thing on county property and they let me have it and it's in the flooding zone, they just let me alone and they just don't give me any shit. And so it's fucking. He's like, I got it made, you know, like this guy. And so because he doesn't have these bills that the rest of us have, he can afford the membership at the club that I work at, which is not, this is not Planet Fitness and this is not Gold's Gym. This is a very high end 3-year contract club, so it's not cheap. But he'll come there and he'll work out, and that's where he'll shower and he'll chill in the hot tub. So if in hindsight you're looking at a guy who's basically living in luxury in a way. If you want to look at it, right, exactly, Rhonda, he's living the dream. Absolutely. He's totally living the dream. Like, he's we have a sauna, we have a steam room, we've got 4 pools, we've got any exercise equipment that you need. Um, and he's yeah, he's doing good, man. Like he's totally yeah, he's living as a genuinely free man. He works for a living, and he is not a slave to the things that the rest of us are too. And all I had was admiration for this guy as I was talking to him. That's all I had was just pure admiration for this dude as I'm talking to him, because his attitude was totally positive. Nothing. He had no anger in him at all. Uh, and like I was like, I could sit here and talk with this dude forever, and that was the feeling I got from him when we first met. And I was so glad that I took this time, because I knew I was gonna get something like this if I sat down and had dinner with him, But we didn't get to have dinner, but we just sat down and talked. We had that opportunity, and it was just as rewarding as I hoped it would be. This guy had exactly the kind of story that I was hoping to hear, and and it made my day. It absolutely made my day. Um, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I you know, this is this channel is about having gratitude, and this guy is living a life of having gratitude in the purest form. Uh, and he wasn't religious. He was, and if he was, he didn't feel the need to push any type of agenda on me. And he wasn't asking for any handouts. This guy was just cool. And I went out and I smoked a cigarette with him, and took a look at his bike, and he was explaining his bike to me, and and the thing is, I didn't even consider. I live in Tennessee. I didn't even consider the mountains. This guy has to. He's like, yeah, I had to put the motor on there, because if I'm gonna get around on this thing with this thing behind me and haul all the shit that I need a motor on it. I can't. I don't have the leg power for it. You know. So I just, yeah. Um, and I was just so grateful to you know to have this interaction with this person. Um, and for him to say that very simple but powerful thing to me, that he looked into my eyes and he respected me. Like he had an intuition of the kind of guy that I was and where I was coming from, and that was beyond a compliment. It was beyond a compliment. Um, so uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, this dude was straight up glaring, dude. Like it was fantastic. Um, and I love meeting people like that. Uh, because it's always, man, you meet people like that. You meet people like Cab 7, uh and they're just trying to do the same thing, and they're just better at it than I am. Open for things like this. uh these things present themselves to me, and I get to learn from them, and now I have this channel where I get to share them with you guys, and it's such a cool, dope thing, man. Um, so yeah, I'm absolutely loving this right now. Um, so I started off. I started off, and I got, and I tend to overthink things, and I was really overthinking the whole thing that happened on Alicia's channel, and that's the truth. The truth is, I was just overthinking the whole damn thing and just really beating myself up over it, which is stupid. Um, but in the grand scheme of things, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. Um, so So yeah, so I get to end my day sitting here and having coffee and telling you guys a cool little story, man, and and getting to share this stuff with you guys without uh, you know uh, without talking to the people in my everyday life about it, who would probably be more like, yeah, man, okay, weirdo. But you guys seem to appreciate it, so I'm grateful that you guys are here and let me tell you this stuff. Um, so I really, really enjoy that. Yeah, and I'm just, yeah, I hope you guys are getting as much out of it as I am. Um, 'Cause I'm really, really enjoying it. And I mean, look how chill you guys are in this chat too, man. With all these with all these subscribers that I have now, I'm 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 really shocked that I don't have more trolls. I don't have any trolls right now. I didn't even see Shannon in there. What's up, Shannon? Sorry about that. And Tawanda, what's up? Oh man, I always feel bad. Like if I take too long to acknowledge people in the chat, if they like left because I'm sitting here fucking yapping. But but yeah, man, I see you all out here, man. I see you guys. Don J and Starset and Red Lotus. What's up? Yeah, like I always, and Michelle. I always feel like a dick if I don't like acknowledge like every single person in here. Cause like I get, yeah, I get that little like if I get another creators chat, like I get, you know, uh, I get a little excitement when the creator acknowledges me and says hi. I really like that a lot. What's up, Super Bears? Yeah, and what's funny is if you go back, like you could really like track my growth, as if you go back and listen to like my past lives, any of the new subscribers, if you go back and listen to you could really track like my growth and my difference in my way of thinking. Like I become a little less and less negative as I go on, because my outlook has become less and less negative. So it's really funny to me, because I used to talk so much shit about the drama channels. I used to be like, ah, fuck that, blah, 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 blah. And now like I'm finding some positivity in them. I'm not really, it's not. I'm not sure I want to be, totally in that circle is, but I like that I can interact with them, and we're cool. I just don't know how close I want to get to it. Um, but I like I actually honestly, I kind of like Molly Golightly. I never thought I would ever say that, because her channel never interested me at all. But she's I'm seeing some. She's funny. She makes me laugh. So I'm seeing a brighter side to her that I never saw before, and I'm enjoying it. Um, and even the stuff that I would criticize, like I just find it to be kind of cute and funny in a way. And I guess if I keep myself at a safe at a certain safe little distance, uh, you know, where I wouldn't let anything like affect me per se, um, I can enjoy her channel and just and I like being in her chat, because so far it's been a real pleasant experience, like interacting with the people in her chat. Um, so so yeah, this hanging out in these other chats, and seeing like all there's so many people in this chat that I see in all the other chats, and it's really 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 cool. But yeah, it's going back to what I was saying before at the beginning of this live, it's uh, the the most effective observation that I've made is that the people in these chats make these channels. Don't ever let these creators like tell you otherwise. You guys are everything. The people in the chat are everything. So I absolutely love that, and you know that's what's up, Yolanda? Oh yeah, Space Monster and Starset. You guys haven't met yet. Yeah, both of you guys are rad as fuck. I'm really glad that you guys are meeting up. That's cool. Um, and it's 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 really funny too, because like I never ever ever tell my mods that I'm coming on. Like I rarely ever do. I told my mod Irish Armalite that I was coming on because she was the one that told me that my live from last night she couldn't play it. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, no, there's a copyright strike on that motherfucker. And I was like, fuck. So, um, uh, yeah. So yeah, that's no longer there. And she really wanted to hear it, and she was like, can you edit it down and maybe cut the song out that you got the copyright strike on? And I was like, I don't know about all that. I was like, I'm just gonna delete it and I'm gonna go live again tonight. Fuck it. So here I am, and I'm going live again, and and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. I I don't know what it is, man. I was really struggling with anxiety yesterday, and a lot of that happens to me usually like the next night after I drink, um, which was last night. It was the following night um, after I drank, and I don't know. I guess maybe it has something to do with my serotonin or something like that. Or whatever. I don't know how that works necessarily, but it um, definitely makes me more susceptible to anxiety, and I was really struggling with anxiety last night, and I had a lot of trouble sleeping. Um, and and then uh, and then Robbie was on, Save Robbie was on his channel, and he had Darling Nikki on with him, and it was just fun. It was just a fun little chat. Um, I had a blast. Oh, thanks, Space Monster. Yeah, man, you are rad as fuck. And you don't have to censor yourself here. I mean, if you're too lazy to spell out fuck, that's cool. I'm just saying, if you did that for the benefit of like censoring yourself, I'm not monetized yet, so you can say whatever the fuck you want here. It's all good. Um, but even if I was monetized, I don't think I would really give a shit. Rhonda, oh my goodness, Rhonda, did I ignore you? Did I not acknowledge you? I'm so sorry. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, this chat totally stays chill, man. This chat totally stays chill, and I love it. And my coffee's cold now, but it's okay. It's totally cool. Um, yeah, I never stop saying rad. I always like that word. Um, yeah, and I still say dope. Everything's dope. Everything's fucking rad. People are rad. So yeah. But yeah, and so I did watch, and it sucks. You know what sucks about insomnia is like you try to force yourself to sleep. Like last night, I started watching I started watching Doctor Sleep. Ironically, ironic name there. Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The Shining, right? And I was not excited about it at all, even though The Shining is one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, I was not really excited about it at all, and uh, the thing was, it's like 2.5 hours long, but I was really into it. It's not. I'm still not going to go ahead and say that it's a good movie because I mean, and it was, yeah. There was one scene actually. I'm not shocked real easy, but there was one scene that was really difficult to watch, and it was taking too fucking long. I was like, Jesus, stop already, fuck. And I was, it was like that's enough. And it was really tough. Like it was a scene where this little boy, it was a little boy, uh, and he was being killed, and it was fucking, it was taking, it wasn't very graphic, but it was, but the kid was screaming in pain, and it was fucked up, and I was like, it wasn't scary, it was just like, fuck, like stop, like okay, that's enough with this scene already. So, but I kept watching the movie, and I was really really into the story. Um, and the characters were really engaging, very 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 engaging, and it's funny because they kind of continued, they got different actors to play some of the same roles because there were certain parts that took place right after the whole Overlook Hotel thing happened in The Shining, right? And they got this one actress to play um, the woman, um, Shelley Duvall's part, and she did a fantastic job. She was perfect for the role. It was crazy. They really did a good job of casting that. Um, and but I stopped the movie halfway through because I was like, all right, I need to go to sleep, and I just couldn't fall asleep. And eventually, I fell asleep a little bit for a while, and then I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. And then I went on YouTube and I looked at YouTube, and Robbie was on, and I had a really nice time in Robbie's channel. It was really cool. Um, but yeah, the plan when I get off of here, which will be in just a minute, is to finish watching Doctor Sleep. Oh, Don J is the thing. I remember when my stepfather was dying of cancer. Um, my mom would have trouble sleeping, and I was a night owl. I was 19, and I was a night owl, and I would stay up until about 5 a.m. and then sleep till like 4 in the afternoon because I was a big fucking mess anyway. But I was also like taking care of my stepdad as best as I could, while she was at work. But she would always wake up like always like on point, like about 4 a.m. And this was when my mom, I remember this is where she just kind of accepted the fact that I smoked cigarettes, and then we would we would just go to the kitchen. She would knock on my door and be like, "You want to go have a cigarette?" And then we would have a cup of sleepy time tea together, and smoke a cigarette or smoke a couple and just talk. And I think that was the first time that I ever really started bonding with my mom as an adult. And things were nowhere near perfect. Now me and my mom get along great. She's actually coming to visit me for Christmas, which I'm really really excited about. So that's gonna be fantastic. I'm just bummed out that I can't like buy any presents for her, but she doesn't expect any. It's just, you still want to, you know. But um, she's really really she's getting older, and hey, pretty peaches, she's getting older, and I'm just really excited that I get to just spend it, me and her. I can't remember the last time her and I just spent a holiday together. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm drinking cold coffee. Um, but yeah, man. But yeah, my mom always drank sleepy time tea. So whenever, even as a little kid, whenever I would have trouble sleeping, um, my mom would make me a cup of sleepy time tea. Or she kept. I shouldn't say that. My mom didn't make me sleepy time tea. The sleepy time tea would be in the kitchen, and she'd be like, "There's sleepy time tea in the kitchen. Make yourself a cup." And I would make it, and uh, uh, it's okay, Rhonda. You can be dramatic. It's all good. It's all good. Um, but yeah, but yes, my point is that I'm very, very familiar with sleepy type tea and its effectiveness. Absolutely. And Shannon, you're drinking that tea now. That's awesome. But yeah, man. Let me see what else. A relationship with your kids when they are adults is totally rad and one of the best things of being a parent. Yeah. Me and my son are just starting to do that. I just wish that he lived closer, but apparently his plan is to move closer soon. Um, and and uh, things were rough for a little bit, but I think that he's doing a lot of growing, um, and I think that we're both on this really cool individual path of self growth, and I really like I'm excited to see what kind of dynamic that the two of us are going to have um, when he's actually completely independent. Um, yeah, but my son and I are just starting to have that, and we text here and there and we talk and we just kind of talk about life and we still talk about pop culture stuff, uh, and um, and it's really cool because he's he's got all my good qualities and some of my bad, but I'm uh, I don't tell him how proud I am of him enough, but it's only because I want to see him start making decisions to be the man that I know he can be. But I should be. I'm working on being more supportive of him and being more accepting of him. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. But I'm learning to do that better. Yeah, thanks, Starset. I think so too. I think I'm going to enjoy it too. I'm already beginning to a lot. Um, so, Pretty Peaches, where are you? Because it's saying good morning. And Starset, where are you? I like to know where everybody is. Um, because that's really cool to me. I like having this connection with people from all over. Yes, absolutely. Good vibes to all those that are deployed. Doodlebug, good call. Um, all of those men and women in our armed forces who put their lives on the line um, to defend our freedoms. England, right on. That's cool, man. Talking to people all the way in England, man. That's fascinating. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. And hold on, let's see. Mignon sent a voice message. Should I play it like live on here? Let me see. Let me see. If awesome. Let me see.
So funny. That's so funny. Sometimes I forget I'm speaking to.
She's so
People may
adorable.
not know. Just a simple sentence. I'll do. I'll do. It's like, like it'll have to do. It'll go like I'm as good as it gets, or like I don't know how to explain it. I will do like how to explain it? It's just normal thing.
I love her little Australian accent. She's so funny. Everybody, like, whenever we talk in our chat, like, it's never about this freaking channel. I have a, I have a, I have a chat set up here for uh for just my admins and mods for the group, for the Facebook group, and for this channel. And nobody ever talks about what the fuck goes on this channel in that chat. So, it's just funny. We just talk about bullshit, and I'm hardly ever talking to them because they're all women, dude. So they're always talking about, Shannon's a fucking hairdresser, and they're just talking about fucking hair color and nails, and I have nothing to contribute to those conversations at all, like not even a little bit. So I'm just always, I'll go in there and I'll be like, oh, they're talking about hair again, and then I just go and do my own thing. So it's it's this is tough, man, because this is this is a community of all women, and I am and yeah. So my mods and admins are women who like womeny stuff, and I don't even know how to talk about it. It's so funny. Um. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Um. But I I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to watch the rest of that movie. Excuse me. I'm so tired because I didn't sleep last night very well at all, or today. Um, and and on top of that, I always like I exercise so much, so like I physically exert myself as well as like just the general exertion that I deal with every day of working like anybody else. And and so I'm hoping that I'll watch this movie. What I'm really hoping will work out, it'll work out in the way that I will watch this movie, and then I will just fall asleep as soon as the movie's over. But what will probably happen is one of two things. Uh, I will either I will either watch the movie and then fall asleep before it ends, and then have to give it another shot watching the rest of it again tomorrow or another day. Um, which is okay. I'll settle for that, or I won't be able to sleep again, and I'll end up watching the movie and then ending up in some fucking YouTube creators chat at like 4 in the morning. So, and one of these nights, what I'm gonna end up doing is, I remember I went on here just for the fuck of it. Oh no, what happened was my OBS kept fucking up. So I ended up coming on here at like three something in the morning, but I ended up my chat got filled up with a bunch of fucking Aussies because apparently it's like 5 in the afternoon. People are getting off of work over there, so I have like this cool little group of Aussies that listen to me, and they all filled up my chat. So like I'm gonna once in a while I'm gonna dedicate like a 3 in the morning live to just talking to my Aussie people when everybody else is asleep, and I'm just like going through my anxiety insomnia thing. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy that. Because I had a really good time the last time I did that. I had a lot of fun with my Aussie peeps. So, and I think it's just cool that I'm talking to people in Australia. So yeah, uh, your sister just had some cosmetic surgery. Sorry about that. Last week, after losing 200 pounds in 2 years on keto, she's a fitness queen now. Yeah, did she have like the like the loose skin and stuff? Is that what happened? That she lost all that weight too fast or whatever? Because that happens with people, and a lot of people that happens when they get that what do you call it? What's up, B Fergs? Um, what do you call that? The staple surgery, the bypass, the I don't know, I forgot what it's called already. Um, Gastral bypass surgery or something like that. Um, but but yeah, they end up with all that loose skin, and then you know, uh, and I feel so bad for them because like they spent all this time working out too, because a lot of people they end up working out real hard and getting in shape, and they lose this weight so fast, and then they have this unsightly thing going on, and to them it's just as bad as being overweight. Gastric bypass, yeah, Don J, thank you. um, and I feel so bad. um, and then you gotta get all this um, and then you gotta get all this cosmetic surgery done to correct that. It's fucking expensive. And it's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer. But man, props to those people, man. I see that all the time too, man. I see that all the time. I see people come into my gym and and they're just sick and tired of being overweight, and they're sick and tired of feeling like shit all the time. And then they just get to work, and you just see them make this progress, and you see a different light in their face. It's incredible. Um, and it's super cool when that happens, man. Like it's incredible. Because it not only happens like where they, you see the improvement in their bodies, but you know, obviously, if you're lighter, if you lose weight, then you're carrying yourself better. You've got a new spring in your step. You know what I'm saying? And that's gotta feel good, man. Um, that's gotta feel good. I remember when I was a kid, I had um I had these long I had these long dreads, right? I had like a mohawk with these long dreads, right? And when I first shaved it all off, my head felt so much lighter. Felt so much lighter. Laying my head up against the pillow, and it was all cool. Felt real good, man. So like, I feel like when you lose all that weight, that's like that feeling times like 1,000. You know, It's fucking great. And then, and they just feel happier. They feel more pleased with themselves because, like, not only do you look better and you feel better because you look better and you're more confident, but you you accomplish something. You accomplish something that at one point you probably pictured yourself never doing. You probably just sat there and was like, well, this is, I'm 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 fat and I feel like shit, and I'm stuffing my face with garbage, and what's the difference? Fuck life. And then all of a sudden you change that all around. That's got to do something to your attitude. I mean, I lost 20 pounds. Um, I mean, I had a full on dad bod, and then I lost 20 pounds, and then got kind of fit, and then I, like, yeah, that totally changes things for you, man. Totally changes things. Oh, I'm a total overthinker, Rhonda. Yeah, you don't even know the half of it. What do you think I have this channel for? I get to overthink out loud. That's and you all, for some reason, like to listen to it. So I'm glad. I'm glad we get to have this exchange, man. It's pretty cool. Let me see, Doodlebug. You said she has a syndrome that doesn't burn sugar and carbs, so keto was great. She did it by diet and exercise. Man, that's crazy. I can't even imagine not being able to burn sugar and carbs. That's fucking. Can you imagine that? Like like it's like, okay, either you can't eat fun shit to eat, or you're just gonna be grossly overweight. That's, dude, that sucks. That fucking sucks. Oh, Rhonda, you're an Aussie. Okay, okay. I love my Aussie audience, man. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I have this. I think it's just because you're on the opposite side of the globe. That's why I favor you guys the most as far as different places in the world. But man, it'd be cool, man. Like, I want to get people in here from, like, South Africa and fucking Germany. But the chances of getting people in different, that happen to speak English in non-speak English speaking countries is pretty crazy. It's kind of shooting for the stars, but that's what I loved about working on South Beach, man. I used to work on this. I used to work as a body piercer in this tattoo shop on South Beach, and I loved it there because um, it's such a vacation spot, and people would come into the shop all the time from all different places in the world. So I would always try to make conversation with those people and get to know them a little bit, and ask them questions, because you get like maybe like 2-3% of what it's like to travel the world. You know, that's how I kind of looked at it. So I used to love fucking just shooting the shit with people from all over the place and asking them questions that uh, uh, and trying to understand the contrast between where they live and where I live, um, and different differences in culture and things of that nature. I absolutely love that shit. Um, but yeah, man, it's good stuff, dude. Good stuff. But hey, listen, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man, because it's already 2 a.m. here, um, and I really appreciate you guys, man, a lot. I don't have the words for it, man. You guys are the shit, and yes, you are rad as fuck. So I don't know. I'll either try to watch this movie, and if there's another live going on somewhere, maybe I'll fucking drop in on that. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully I'll get to sleep before before it's too late. Um, looks like Molly's still on, but I don't know if I want to get in on that right now. I probably just want to. I'll probably check it out for a minute, um, but I'm looking at it. Like the sound is off, and Molly's very animated right now. She's like yelling, and yeah, she's yelling at somebody. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to get in on that, man. I might just watch my I might just watch my horror movie and go to bed. Uh, but anyways, guys, you guys are fantastic. All right, love you guys very, 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 very much. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for listening. All right, I will catch you guys soon.